Hello. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go through 3 different tools that you can use to make a to-do list. And I'm going to start with the very most basic, which is just jotting down things on a digital note. And then I'm going to go to a medium-sized tool, and then I'm going to go to a really robust to-do list tool that you can use. So using email as your to-do list is not necessarily the most effective way to use your email inbox. So one of the things we want to do is look at our email and say, okay, what do I need to deal with later? What can I deal with right now with a quick email? So I've got just these few emails here, and I'm going to say that this is something that I want to sign up for, but I don't have time to do this right now, so I'm going to put it on my to-do list. So the first way that I can do this is over here on the sidebar. You should see your calendar, Google Keep, tasks, and then I have this extra button for Trello over here. If you don't see this side panel, it's most likely because it's hidden. There's a little X down here. You can click on that and it'll open it back up. So the first thing I'm going to use is Google Keep. Google Keep, or the first thing I'm going to show you is Google Keep. So Google Keep is like digital stickies that you can share, you can add drawings to, you can write on, you can do all kinds of different things. In this case, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make a list of things that I need to do. So I'm literally just jotting down my to-do list. So right here, I'm going to take a note and I'm going to title it to do. And then I'm going to write down sign up for Dawn Johnson. Every time I see this, I just keep thinking of Miami Vice, and all the baby teachers won't even know who that is, but that's okay. So I'm going to put sign up for Dawn Johnson. Now, if I wanted to get fancy, I can open this in Google Keep, and then I can add text boxes by clicking on these 3 dots and showing text boxes. And then I could also make this fancy color. That's terribly ugly. I'm going to turn it to that. Oh, that's even worse ugly. Oh, it's terrible. None of these colors are great. I'll just leave it white. Close. And so now I've got some text boxes. You'll notice it doesn't show up right here because it's not pinned to the top of my Google Keep notes. So if I scroll down, I can click pin and then it'll pop up here. So this way, if I go back to my email, I can go ahead and add things into my email list of things to do. So I might also put talk to Senor Ruiz and whatever it is. And then as I do them, I can mark them off. This Google Keep on the side shows up no matter what Google product you're in. So it shows up here in Docs, it'll show up in Slides, and it'll show up in Google Sheets. So it's an easy way for you to keep track. Now, this Google Keep as a to-do list is not the most robust. It doesn't have due dates on it. It's not going to send you reminders unless you set it that way. You can share it with somebody, so that is good. So you can share it with yourself, or you can share it with a collaborator or a colleague. But let me show you a second way that you can do to-do lists. So let me X out of here, and then right underneath there you have this thing called tasks. So this Google Tasks is actually a to-do list that's built into Google. So with your email here, and this is a medium to-do task list. So if with this task list, let's say I take this same email by Dawn Johnson Webinars, and I go over here and it says add to tasks. So it's going to bring up my tasks over here, and it has now made a task that has the email here. So that's very nice because I don't have to go back to my email to look for what I need to do. It has the email actually right there, and if I click on it, it brings up the email. If I click on the pencil here, I can add details. And I can add a due date. So let me add it for the 11th. And I can even add subtasks. So okay, so now I have subtasks for this and for this main task. When I go back, it's going to show all of this. I can check it off as I'm going through. It's a very nice little task list here. You can add the due dates. You can have different task lists. You can sort by order, by date. You can show your completed tasks. What you can't do with this is share your tasks with somebody else. This, however, will show up on your calendar if you want it to. So if I come over here to my calendar, it is going to, you scroll down here underneath calendar. So here's my main calendar. I'm going to scroll down. Underneath here is the tasks. So if I click on that, it will show my tasks right here. And if I click on that, it'll show me exactly what is here. It shows me the email, and I can mark it as complete directly from my calendar. So that's a very simple way for you to keep track of what you need to do. And that's by using the task list. If you want to create a task here directly in Google Calendar, you can. You need to click, and you'll see right here where you normally add the title of your event. You can click here and click tasks, and now you can create a task directly from your calendar. So I could put, I don't know, make new video. Spelling it correctly. I'm going to add my description, and it already knows the date and time because that's where I clicked. And then I'm going to click save. So that's the second way that you can make a to-do list that is not your inbox. The third way that I'm going to show you, so Google Keep is very, very simple. It's just writing down on a piece of paper. Google Tasks is medium. And then a really robust tool for a task list is a tool called Todoist. Todoist. And when you go to Todoist, you're going to log in with Google. And what it does is this is why it's so robust. So you can create projects over here. So I have a list called Stuff to Do. Very, very informative. And then I made this example to-do list, and there's one task in here. You can add a task directly here by clicking and saying, make a new video. If you click on the schedule, it will allow you to schedule it for next week on Monday. I'm going to add that task. You can also really easily schedule reoccurring tasks. So call mom every day. And by putting every day, it knows that this is something that should happen every day. So you see there's this little reoccurring, and now it's going to show up. Even if I mark this as done, it shows up as tomorrow. Like, I just can't avoid calling my mom every day. It's there. And then if I actually want to get rid of it, click on all three. I can go down here to complete as forever. You can add different things to this, different notes. The other thing that's nice about this one is it allows you to add subtasks, but you can also add comments. And so the comments would be if you needed to make a note about what you did. So this video is going to be on Google Drive. I'm going to add that comment. So if you need to write stuff down, like I do, so you don't forget what you're doing, you can in here. You can do that a little bit in the Google Tasks, but here this allows you to add more than one comments, keeps the dates separate. You can even add reaction. This can be shared with other people and shared across devices. This is an app. Google Tasks is also an app as well. So this is another way that you can keep track of your tasks. You can move them around. This is the more robust of the three tools that I've shown you for a task list. So Todoist also has an extension right here that you can install that will add your emails. So this one was an email that I added. So I'm going to go back to my email. I'm going to take the same email by Dawn Johnston, and I'm going to click here, add to Todoist. It's going to bring up the email. I can schedule it, and I'm going to add the task. And if I scroll back over here, it probably added it to my inbox, but it's going to show up here under today. And so there it is. And I can move it to this project if I needed to. So that's 3 different tools that you can use to make your to-do list that is not your inbox. So you're not keeping all of the things you need to do in your inbox. There's Google Keep, making a note. There's your tasks here, and then there's also Todoist.